This is Adam Gate, you're now watching Sport Icons.
Okay, so former British cruiserweight champion Richard Riakporhe, 12-0, made his second professional fight under the banner of boxer, and he took on former WBC cruiserweight world title challenger in, it's very difficult to pronounce his first name, so I'm going to try anyway, Olanrewaju. Durodola. So we'll just call him Mr. Durodola. It's much easier for me. Now, Durodola, his world title challenge came against Ilunga Makabu. A lot of you will remember him for fighting Tony Bellew. Now, Makabu, he did stop Durodola in 7 rounds. But since then, he has come back and got a win or so since then, and is, in fact, the African cruiserweight champion. Now, Richard Riakporhe, being the former British champion, still undefeated, of course, but he did have a long time out of the ring due to injuries and then some politics, I'm hearing. Now, Richard Riakporhe, in this one, made a huge statement. Huge statement. Where I felt that Richard Riakporhe, he knew that he could take out this fella pretty much any time. And we saw it in round number 1, we saw it in round number 2, and we certainly saw it in round number 3, where Richard Riakporhe, he was just using the jab perfectly. Just using it perfectly, very calm, wasn't taking anything back. Don't get me wrong, Durodola, he did try and throw a few shots, but Riakporhe was always out of range. But he did hurt Durodola, especially in round number 3. Toward the beginning to mid of round number 3, he feinted him with the left jab, and then we very quickly threw the left jab, then followed through with the right. Caught Durodola flush. Durodola quickly backtracked, went onto the ropes. Riakporhe didn't just wail all over him. He wasn't just throwing the kitchen sink that we would normally see Richard Riakporhe, and of course most other fighters do, where they just get that adrenaline rush and start wailing into him. He didn't do that. He was placing his shots. That shows maturity. This is his 13th professional fight. And especially being so long out the ring. Now, we know that he's been with his team, his new team, for quite a while now, but this is only his second fight with them. Of course, talking like Angel Fernandez and what have you. But I think that Richard Riakporhe is really maturing. Now, people will talk about him having another fight with Chris Smith and all these kind of guys. I don't know if that's something that he's particularly interested in. Of course, I did an interview with him when he announced that he was signing with Boxer and Sky Sports. But I think that Richard Riakporhe is the kind of guy right now where, does he need the British title? I'm not too sure if he does. I think that he's currently right now somewhere between European and world level. I mean, time will tell, of course. Richard Riakporhe, will he go on to become a heavyweight? Maybe. I mean, he's got the frame for it, he's got the size for it, and he's certainly got the power. But this was a very dominant performance. Very dominant. And he stopped Durodola in the early seconds, really, of round number 5. They both come out for round number 5. The very first shot thrown, Richard Riakporhe, a left hook, caught him. Durodola went down. He beats the count. Richard Riakporhe just goes in for the kill. Moments later, the referee steps in. Correct stoppage, in my opinion. But this shows the maturity of Richard Riakporhe, where he's literally growing with it. Now, we've always known that to Richard Riakporhe, he's always had the tools, he's always had the capabilities, he's always had the power. That is for sure. And that's something that is not missed on him. Certainly not with the power. But on his first fight back a few weeks ago, you could see that he was learning certain things. You could see that he was really trying to get the rounds in. Now, I want to go back to round number 3 real quickly, when he hurt Durodola, where he was just placing the shots. He did actually back up and gave the rest of the round away. In my opinion, that was on purpose. I think Richard knew that he could just get him out of there at any point. That Durodola just couldn't take his power. So he used the rest of that round to soak up a bit of aggression, work on some defensiveness. Round number 4, again, I thought that Richard done very well in that one as well. But again, you could just see that Richard, it's almost like he knew he could get him out of there at any point. Now, people may say that Durodola is old, he's 40 years old. No, this is a guy with big power. He really is. I mean, firstly, to be challenging Makabu for the WBC World Cruiserweight title, that'll tell you that he's got to be quite good. But out of his 36 wins, 33 of them by knockout. And he's the African cruiserweight champion. Now, just because we don't know too much about maybe a lot of the Africans who are based and live in Africa, doesn't mean that they're no good. Don't get me wrong, a lot of them are no good, okay? They do come over for paydays. But Durodola is pretty good. He is actually pretty good. And Richard Riakporhe handled him much better than the WBC Cruiserweight champion Makabu did. Maybe we could see Riakporhe versus Makabu, if of course Canelo doesn't beat Riakporhe to the punch. But anyway, congratulations to Richard Riakporhe. As I said before, I thought it was a very, very dominant, one-sided, easy performance where you could see Richard was trying to do new things and they worked. And I fully expect in the next 2 or 3 fights to see a much more improved Richard Riakporhe. I really do. So anyway, fantastic performance. Drop your thoughts below. Click thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you all in the next video.